Hello and welcome to Saber Gaming UK. It's Jordan here, and today I'm going to be starting a new series, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Hope you enjoy. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit more of a difficult game to commentate over, simply just because there's so many cutscenes in it. However, I'm going to try my best not to speak whilst there's a cutscene on. As for character creation, you're not going to have to worry about me taking forever, simply because I knew exactly what I wanted to go for. As for the race, I decided to go for human, or Earthling as they say, simply because it seems to be the most balanced of them all, and I haven't played a huge amount of Xenoverse 2 before. I played the original one. I wanted to do this on the original one on YouTube, but unfortunately I couldn't find it for a good price, and thought I might as well go straight in with the second one. Just a little pre-warning, there's going to be a lot of cutting in this episode, simply just because there's a huge amount of things you need to do at the beginning. I didn't want, it all to be incredibly boring, so hopefully the little segments aren't too uninteresting for you. I do apologise, I just didn't want to see so much walking around. I had to fit quite a bit into this episode, so I've done my best to make it somewhat exciting. Now, as I did say, during cutscenes, the main ones, I'm trying not to talk. Those where the character are talking, I might talk over. I have to wait and see.
The legendary Super Saiyan has shown up. How very unsavory. Allow me to continue my vengeance. This is everything.
Well, that was an exciting and thrilling cutscene. Plenty of action to be going on there. I wonder who the person on the mask was, eh? Oh, it's a hard one to guess, that, isn't it? Oh, looks like the Great Saiyan Man and Saiyan Woman, is it, have appeared. Not particularly thrilled with the character that they gave Gohan towards the end. Didn't really like the Great Saiyan Man. I know some people enjoyed it, but I didn't. Oh, and I stand corrected. I do apologise. The Great Saiyan Man 2, not Saiyan Woman. Oh man, to be fair, in my eyes, the Saiyan Man was such a lame concept. I mean, I understand they wanted him to hide his Saiyan side and all that by dressing up in costume and doing all the stuff he needs to do, but I find him quite a cringy character, especially what he became, considering he was an absolute beast during the Cell Saga. Wow, they've certainly dragged this little talking segment out. I'm not quite sure how I want it yet, whether or not I'll let them completely say what they want to say or just cut it off in between. Oh, what's going on here? I've concluded that. Oh, what's going on? They're shouting into my scouter. What's happening now? Where even am I? I can't quite see where I'm placed to. Oh, I've been chosen for a critical mission. Get in there. Didn't think that would be me. Not. You're going to have to forgive me with the commentary on this. This is the first video that's really tested me, simply because it's so long, and unlike Rocket League or Realm, which you sort of online, you know, no story to it sort of game, this has a story to it, so it's actually quite difficult for me to be able to do it without sounding like a right moron, which unfortunately at this particular point in time I am completely failing at. You're also going to have to forgive me when it comes down to the gameplay. As I did say previously, there's quite a lot they cram into right at the beginning of the game, so I simply didn't want it to be too long or boring, which is why, as you'll see coming up, there's a couple bits which I've had to cut down, like this part now. So I'm obviously speaking to the Supreme Kai of Time, and obviously you get given the mission where you've got to go in and speak to some people to find out I think it's the Grand Elder. So I've simply just decided to cut that part off just to make it not so long and potentially boring. I hope you don't mind too much. As I said, it's going to be a boring first episode, unfortunately. Okie dokie, so here we are, the Elder Kai. I've made it to him. As I said, I cut a bit out just to make it a little bit quicker. Okay, hurry up. Oh, hang, wait a moment. Great, more talking to go through. I should have expected as much, considering it's the first part of the... Oh, come on. I want to get into some action already. I had a feeling the first part would be primarily talking. Oh, I've been given a challenge to do. Let me guess. Is this a tutorial mission? Guarantee. Yeah, it's like a little starting challenge. Oh, well, we should get to see a bit of what's going on here.
Then let's begin. Today...
Also not particularly thrilling gameplay, but at least you see me running around the field now rather than actually walking around the base part. Okie dokie. I might end up cutting this part up a little bit just so, yeah, there we are. I decided in the end to cut it straight to fighting. I know that cuts up quite a bit, but at least you get to see some more fighting. I do apologise about how poor I am at the game. As I said, I haven't really played it before, so it is a learning experience. Hopefully it's not too boring. I mean, the mission itself isn't particularly thrilling. It's against Cybermen. But hey-ho, at least it's a bit of actual action rather than watching me talking to people, I guess. The main sort of negative is how many of them you've got to fight to actually finish this mission. Bearing in mind this is the first mission they give you. So it is essentially a tutorial mission. As you saw a little bit earlier on before I cut it, it sort of gives you instructions on how to do things. And that's primarily what the rest of it was. Before the fight, you had to jump, you had to do a couple other things before you got into it, so you've not missed a massive amount. Okay, only 2 more to KO before... Oh, hang on, that was 3. How was there 2 more to do? But I killed 3 of them. What's going on there? Okie dokie. Hopefully there's not too much left in terms of this tutorial mission, as I just want to get some actual action. Oh, it looks like there is a little bit more to the mission, but by the looks of what the Supreme Kai of Time is saying, that I'll be fighting some fellow patrollers. How very exciting. Who am I going to be fighting? What is going on there? There's Mushroom Head. I'm fighting Mrs. Mushroom. Well, let's get swiftly to defeating her. We can make some stew from her head. I shouldn't really pick on a character, but that's just amusing. She's got a bloody mushroom top on her head. That is unique, I'll give her that. I'm sure I'm breaking some sort of, like, policy there by insulting mushrooms. What am I waffling on about? This was my main sort of worry when I started doing commentary, that I'm just waffling on about stuff and nothing relevant either. I guess technically it is relevant because I was just insulting Mushroom Head, but do I really need to be saying this? Probably not. However, it's filling the time a little bit. I don't quite know what to say here. You're just watching me miss blows here, there and everywhere. Just a quick routine beatdown. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long, and it then will progress us to the next part of the story, hopefully, which is... It'd be nice if it's a lot more action orientated, but probably not. What do you usually get in the first episode? Not much. What? I missed, yet she walked into it and didn't take no damage. What's going on there? Man, she has got a lot of health. This is taking forever. I don't quite know why I popped my attacking ability there, because she was nowhere near me. But it's taken forever. I mean, look how much health she's still got left. I do apologise if I sound a bit odd this episode. I've got a bit of a blocked nose, so it's quite hard to speak. That's probably why I sound a bit silly, but I usually do. Okay, that's her defeated. What is happening next then? That's awesome. Well, thank you very much. I know I am.
Come on, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do.
Oh, finished. Does that mean it's over now? Can we continue? Oh, I've clear. Yes, I've clear. I've done it. Okay, here's some XP. Got a Z rank, which I assume is good. If I'm being correct there. Okay, cut back. What's going on now? It's letting me know about the lobby. Just gonna pop me attribute points in. I will always show you what I put them into. I mean, I haven't particularly thought of exactly what I want to put them in for yet, but I'll build how I want to build. Oh, I can actually go out on a time patrol now. I assume that's one of the main segments of the story. That was a particularly spectacular cutscene. To be honest, they're actually quite impressive. They're quite good things to watch as well. I mean, I'm not too impressed with my entrance. That was very Jordan-like, just a fall on the bum. Anyhow, it looks like the first major combat the game's happening against Raditz, fighting alongside Goku. So I'm not going to talk too much over this part because there's not really much for me to say. I'm just, fighting Raditz alongside Goku. Hope you enjoy this particular bit of footage. Let me know in the comments if you do or you don't. And there we are. We have defeated Raditz. So I imagine there'll be a cutscene in a second, so I'm going to go quiet temporarily.
What are you doing? Piccolo, do it! Special beam cannon! Serves you right. What was that? Where did...
That was some handy work. Those moves weren't half bad. Except for your entrance. Goku and Piccolo would surely have been defeated if you hadn't stepped in and saved them. Your job is helping to correct any This time went smoothly, but battle... So continue with your training, because only... But since you're training under the greatest... As long as you listen to my advice, you'll...
Yeah, we get it.
Listen here, Supreme. I'm only about a millennium older than you. That hot...
What are you saying? Anyone who... Don't even try to compare yourself to an
You call yourself adorable? How do you find a hat with... that's all from us for the...
Okay, then. You've got to be bored half to death after listening to his speech. Allow me to walk you out.
Hey, wait! You can't just jump...
So here we are after a long ass time chatting back into the game. I'm not quite sure what is there for me now. Let's see what they're going to do. By the looks of it, unfortunately, a bit more chatting. But until I know, I'll stay quiet. Basically what it is you go to the little like Z mission part, you select the mission. By the looks of it, as Elder said, let's start with the basics. So it's essentially just the Nether tutorial. So what my plan will be is throughout this fight, I'm just going to remain quiet. I'll chuck a bit of background music in, so hopefully it's not so boring. And I'll see you a little bit later.
Nice. That seems to be all. Now, let's head over to...
Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't, feel free to let me know in the comments and I won't continue with the series. Hopefully after this episode it'll be a lot more action orientated. This is just the first one, so obviously you have all the tutorial stuff to do. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed. Let me know. See you later.